Alright, so this is a product comparison between the Canon 5D Mark II and the Canon T3i. Let's go ahead and just take a look. Right off the bat, the 5D Mark II has a greenish tinge screen, and the T3i has a reddish hue, slight reddish hue screen to it in the color cast. In terms of menu selection, both are identical. However, the T3i is newer, so the T3i has more additional features that the 5D Mark II doesn't have. So let's go ahead and quickly look over the T3i. So both the T3i and the 5D Mark II have quality, beep. This one has shutter, release shutter without card. It's just the same thing as 5D Mark II, it's just shoot without card. Image review, peripheral illumination correction, and then since the T3i has a built-in flash, you have the option for red eye reduction and flash control. And if we look in the red eye flash control, you can control the external flash control, which is a huge plus for having a built-in flash commander. In the second menu, the T3i and the 5D Mark II both have the same exposure compensation, auto exposure bracketing. Then this one has the auto lighting optimizer here versus the 5D Mark II, which had it. Actually, I think that's in the custom function, so that's slightly different. The 5D Mark II has the white balance here versus the white balance a little bit lower. Then you have the metering mode. That's not available in this menu on the 5D Mark II. You have custom white balance, then you have white balance shift. You have your color space, which is sRGB, and you have your same picture style, which mine's is set up on a custom, but this one's set up on auto. And then on the 5D Mark II, the 5D Mark II has the dust delete data feature, which is very nice if you have dust problems with your sensor. You can just delete it. On the T3i, it's actually on the third menu, on the red menu. You also have the ability to control your auto ISO to set it at its max as 64 or all the way down to 400. Anyway, let's move on. Additionally, let me get out of here. Additionally, the T3i has the live view functions on the fourth menu versus the live view in the 5D Mark II, which is in the yellow feature. And in order to access the expanded features of the live view function setting, you have to actually go in. But let's back up really quick. Actually, no, let's go back in. So the 5D Mark II has the same live view shoot, enable. Autofocus mode is quick mode. Same here. You can set the resolution for movie size. You can also change the aspect ratio. Not sure where you change the file size, but I guess we'll get to that. Anyway, let's back up. Alright, so in the blue menu, you have the same protect images, rotate, erase images, print order, transfer order. But you have the options of creative filters and resizing your images. Obviously, there's no SD card in here, so I can't really do anything with those. Creative filters is just a pretty nifty feature if you want to kill some time and edit photos in camera without having to edit in Lightroom or Photoshop. Anyway, so the second blue menu, we'll see that the histogram is on top versus the histogram's on the third feature here. You have image jump, which is also here, but this is different here. It's different icon as well. You have your slideshow, and you have your image jump, which is right there too. And what else do you have? You have your radiating feature and your bass boost, which I'm guessing has something to do with when you're recording audio or when you're shooting video and you're, I guess, in a environment which uses or needs more bass. The first yellow menu has the same auto power off, auto rotate, format, file numbering, select folder, and you have the option of the screen color in the T3i. So that's a little gimmicky, but hey, it's a nice option to have. It's better to have more than less. Oops, let me back out here. Alright, so in the second yellow menu, you have the LCD brightness. Your date and time is on the third menu, or third step. Then you have your LCD off and on button. You have your language, video, sensor cleaning, and then you have your feature guide, which is whether when you're switching menus in the T3i, it explains what you're changing. So you can have that on or off. But when you're starting, when you're a newbie, it's nice to understand what each feature does. So your custom functions are here on the T3i in the third menu. There is no orange menu for unlike the 5D Mark II, which has additional custom function features. Additionally, in the third menu, yellow menu, you have the battery info, you have your info button, external speedlight control, which the T3i had it on the third menu, the third red menu. Actually, the first menu right there. So external speedlight control is there. However, since the 5D Mark II doesn't have a built-in flash, you can't use it as a flash commander. So if you had a 580EX or EX2 or the new 600EX, you can't control that other speedlight without having an STE2 or STE3. Anyway, so that is pretty much it. You can see the firmware settings. This is 1.02 and this is running Magic Lantern 2.3 or 2.1.2. And you can also throw Magic Lantern on this camera as well. And my menu settings as well. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.